That's what she does.
I do tell stories on it. But she's the funniest. Oh my God, stuff happens to her.
She's Sarah.
What?
Thank you.
Like Monica?
I know. Did you hear what?
Exactly. The latest on Monica.
Gosh. Well, on Monica, I love your new haircut.
Thank you so much.
It's as short as I think I've ever seen it, isn't it?
Yeah, I go it out and then kind of go short.
Started
But
with,
I think I want to keep it.
yeah. Well, I always had short hair. And then I couldn't be shop for all those years, and so I did this, and now I discovered a bun is the easiest.
We wanted to make sure we were right before we said it for the member.
Really? I think you're probably going to be okay with it. That's it? I thought we. Okay, hang on.
Does she need help?
She needs to probably buy more.
So what's going to happen is you're going to buy more batteries. You're going to have a ton of batteries.
This happens every time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This is not unusual. Everybody here may not eat pancakes. We're not eating.
I'm not even.
Can you see it go in and out?
you're welcome.
More sun over here.
All right, the lyrics to the songs for today's program. So Brandon and Bill are walking on. Don't even have her today, I don't think. Be selfish. Good morning. Started. It's so good to see you. My pronouns are happy that you have come. Thank you for being here. We have two people that I want to introduce to you because they are new members officially and have been meeting to lift them up. So Hugh and Georgia, where did you go? Let's give Hugh and Georgia a round of applause. We're so glad to have you join our family. So if you have a minute during breakfast, please go say hi to Hugh and Georgia and welcome them to the Highlands community. Children, we have a care is available. And it's in the building, right, Brandon?
Yes, it is.
And they can get in.
Yes, it's unlocked.
Okay, it's unlocked.
If not, we'll see you struggling and run over.
Yes. That's what church does, right? We see you struggling and run over.
Amen.
Hopefully we're not the cause of the struggle, but you get the message. There are blankets over here for the kids to hang out, and there are Legos and things. So Legos complement up Fiona's college. Fund. And I need to introduce Feathers and Bus are here. Claire, thank you so much for being here. Davis. Oh yeah, Mark and Claire Davis. David, oh my God. Let's try it again. Go ahead, Brandon. Help me out.
Davis and Claire from Both Bus and Feathers. We're glad to have them back. They were with us last year as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Davis and Claire.
And also, we are having a pancake breakfast immediately following worship. There's coffee, juice, and water available now. And something if you're starving, feel free to get something now. The plates, the napkins, everything is composted. There's a green compost bin over there. Please utilize that to eliminate as much waste as we can. We will have a limited supply of gluten-free pancakes for those who are gluten-free. So just a limited supply, so please, if you're not officially gluten-free, keep those for people who would need them. Need to maneuver their way forward.
I have all around me come His grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. The Lord has promised good to me. His word I hold secure. As life endures. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less day to see.
Hey.
Sorry about that commotion. All right, now we're moving into just a closer walk with it.
But
Thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll keep as long and walk, let me walk close to thee. Just Jesus Christ is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Will be no more. Guide me gently, safely over to thy kingdom shore, to thy shore. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, Lord, let it be. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be.
All right, we have Monica here to read us our scripture.
We should think about how to stir each other up toward love and doing good. To do this, we must never give up on gathering together, as some have. Instead, we should encourage each other, and all the more as we see the new year coming near.
Kind of here, whatever you'd like to do is fine today. Also, in all very year to think about. All right, guys, if you want to come and just right here, and you're just gonna have a seat because I'm just gonna talk to you quickly and ask the band to play a few things in just a minute. This is one of my favorite services when I'm fortunate to do children's time at this service. I like to kind of say the same thing that I've said in years past because I think it is a nice image and it helps to remember that we are better when we're doing things together. So when we hear a song, there are so many different things that make up a song. There's the melody, there's the harmony, there's all the other instruments, there's vocals possibly, there's a ton of things. But if we just heard one of those things, it wouldn't be the song that we're thinking of, right? So can we just hear like just the guitar of Amazing Grace? How does it sound? See, that sounds pretty cool, but we're like, whew, that's not what I think of. So let's add another part to it. And then when we add all of us singing it, let's try that. It adds a really cool effect. So let's try. We have the guitar, we have our voice. Is that a mandolin? we have so many other instruments that are making the song really cool. Okay, so let's all sing a couple verses of it and remember what it was like just when we heard the guitar. It was cool, but we're like, what's happening here? So let's add all our talents, all our gifts to singing together real quick. Just a couple verses.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved
to really know and feel that each of us, we have a talent, we have a gift for this world. And that it's really neat and a profound experience when we find other people to share our gifts, just like we song just now. Will you say a prayer with me?
Dear God,
Thank you
thank you for
all the gifts
all the gifts
that everyone has
that everyone
in
has.
the world,
May I go out in the world
and continue sharing
and continue sharing
all my gifts.
all my
And may I
gifts.
always remember
And may I always remember
that you love me.
that you love me.
Amen.
Amen.
And before we go back to our loving adults, let's just do our children's motto together. In
All that we think, in all that we say, in all that we do, may we glorify you.
Amen. Thank you guys for being here. That's the step.
I kind of feel like pops with this one. Fiona said I look like a gay. I don't really exactly know what that means. So, oh, how are you? It's good to see all of you. I've been looking forward to this service since I heard you had it. And this service kicks off a few-week series about regathering. And regathering so much more when we think about the significance of today as 9/11. It means so much more to me when I think about the fact that not so long ago we were afraid to be together. For the first day, COVID kind of became real to me because it kind of sensationalizes everything, so it's hard to feel what's a true threat. Fiona and I went over to the grocery store because I told her, I think we should get some food. And there were no cards to use. People were filling the aisles, things were empty. We grabbed what I thought we could use, and we were standing in line. Everybody was talking to one another. And everyone had different opinions, of course, about what was going on and how serious it was, and on and on and on. But it was that moment that I think I needed, not the food or the chaos of worrying about, what I was going to get whenever I thought I needed. But it was that moment of just standing in line and being with other people that had opinions and were confused. And then after that, losing them. Being afraid to go to the grocery store. Being unable to come to, unable to go to school for over a year. When we think about natural catastrophes, usually we think about things like earthquakes or tornadoes, tsunamis, where the damage is visible. Where you walk outside your house and there's nothing missing and down, but with COVID, 11, where we sat and we watched the towers crumble, eyes. We came out of our houses at COVID and everything looked the same. There was no physical changes to signify to us that things had crumbled and things had changed. And whatever was going on in our faith communities before COVID, the separation and the drifting away that had already begun was exacerbated. Now many things were keeping us from church. A few weeks ago, and I think I've talked to Jim about this story, but I started going to yoga down the street. And the first time that I was in there, they were inviting us all to breathe together. In this very small, confined space. I don't know these people next to me. Like, I don't know anything about their story. How are you feeling? Like, did we take our temperatures? And that rhythm, though, of breathing together, hearing one another breathing together. Trust that confined in this space, that it would be a life-giving activity once again. That there would be faith in me and in each of the people gathered there, that we could once again breathe together through our anxiety and through our fear, that we could regather. And the church faces many additional fears to gather, hurt people. We have said as capital C Church that we welcome all people when we don't. We have welcomed all people in ways that don't feel welcoming, just out of ignorance or lack of experience, or inaccessibility to the stories of others that open our eyes. And yet, here we are, those who regathering around song this morning. And song has such a unique and remarkable way of drawing us together when the words of welcoming, when the stories of catastrophe feel invisible and unseen. Unlike smell, the strong relation to memory, music, song is a corporate, is a collective, is a communal experience. We tend to remember songs most between the years of 10 and 30. It's this reminiscent bump. And so for me, and you're going to think I'm making this up, but I promise I'm not, the song that I most remember associated to a place and a time was when I got my license, and it was R.E. The End of the World as We Know It. I'm not kidding. I'm really not joking. That's a true story. I was driving in this very old Volvo. My dad had taken me in the morning. I was driving to school. Probably not made. Mom, why did they let us drive? Like, that's, I look back and I'm like, oh dear, that song was like, not just a song playing. It was like a warning. But song links us not only to these memories, but also at that time, and they're linked in a way. This is us in a story. Is not only our own, but is one another's. I remember all my friends getting their licenses. I remember all the music we listened to at that time. Blink 182. I mean, I know I'm dating myself right now, but there you go. Caught in the middle, right? Like, the music that we remember and the stories associated with them name our place in the story. Because we don't know one another's pop songs, remembrance, that we struggle with the words, and we're working so hard to rename stories and lessons we're teaching in them, that we come together and we all remember the place we first were when we heard Amazing Grace, or the second place, or the third place. Our songs remind us of the people that we have lost, of the people that we have loved, of the events that we have no words to describe. They link us and they bring us home and remind us that we are never, ever, ever alone. There's an origin story from many native cultures. And today I'm going to redo a little bit of it for us. When the earth was first created, no longer have big dreams. And so the one who created the earth came to them and said, travel and wander and go to this big and magnificent world that I've created. And so began the plight of the human people. Those who desire to wander and those who long to sit down and have a place to call home. So eventually, one group of people wandering so long found a place to settle down, and they found a place where they could fall asleep, where they could dream dreams. Something happened that had never happened before. Two of the people began to get sick and feel unwell, and day by day they began to lose a part of themselves. And no one did anything because no one knew what to do, because this was something that had never happened before. And so the elders of the community walked out to the edges of the darkness and sat and listened and looked at the stars. Day by day at dusk, they would travel out to the edges of the darkness. And slowly they began to hear a song. And the people asked them, are you hearing this song from inside of you or from without? They said it is both. Sitting in the darkness, a song rises up in us. And we hear a song, come, and you will hear it too. And more people started to come, and the one who created the earth came to them. And seeing the who are sick. Suddenly into the world came knowledge and song and healing all at once. And the people who were sick and isolated were brought into the center of the community, and everybody surrounded them and sang. And so the people that were separated and alone were brought into the center, and what was wrong was made plain. What was invisible was made seen. And the song that had been lost, and their placement in the stable ground, the first day they were born, was renewed and reheard and reverberated throughout the community. When one of us is broken, when one of us is lost, it will be the songs we sing that bring us back to the memories where we were most at home. The moments where we remembered that this ground, right under our feet, in this space right now, this is the place we call home. Amen.
We're going to share a song that we wrote actually about 5 years ago, and it is about the idea of coming together, and that's really the only way forward. And I love music for that reason, church for that reason. So if you want to sing along in chorus, it's pretty easy. You're welcome to join People, why we living so low? So afraid of the things that we hate, don't know who we are anymore. People, are we better than men? Say we're king of the beast, but at least they seem to live in their don't know what to say, don't know what to do. Doesn't seem like an gotta rise and shine, shine on through. Yes, we better rise and shine on together. Yes, we better rise and shine, shine on through. Searching on the line, only thing we find. So we gotta shine. So we gotta shine. I know it ain't easy to love. Who likes turning their cheek when they're steeped in their grief, covered in mud? I know as we're drawn alive, so much we share, really compare when we bear what's inside. Don't know what to say, don't know what to do. Doesn't seem like it now, but somehow we'll all make it through. Searching all the life, only thing we find. So we gotta shine. No, we gotta shine. So we gotta run on together. We gotta rise and shine, shine on. Yes, we better rise and shine. Rise and shine, shine on. Searching all my life, only thing we find. So we gotta shine. So we gotta shine. Searching all the life, only thing we find. So we gotta shine. So we gotta shine.
That was gorgeous. Thank you so much. And that's an original song, right? The song of Teoshipe, which is the title of the sermon, is reflective of the Lakota word that means the abundance of family is the measure of your wealth and creates the very foundation of one's life. So I'm going to invite you just for a second to think about one prayer that you would like someone to say for you today. And it can be personal, it doesn't matter. And then we're going to do something different. So don't worry, you're safe in this spot. And I'm going to give us a few minutes, and then I'll draw us back together to pray together. But I would love for you to just turn to the person next to you. You don't have to introduce yourself, you don't have to know them, and just ask them if they would pray for that one thing that came to your heart. I'll gather you back together in just a minute.
I'm Graham. Graham, Jim, pleasure to meet you. We need you guys to pray for me. Be patient. Moving on. We can travel for work. Not sorry. I'm praying. Would you pray for me to be grounded? Yeah. Thanks, John.
You just- All right, if that's not the perfect. That safe sanctuary we can, sometimes that means running back and being quiet. I hope that if we're able to know that spoken or unspoken, it is light and honored in this place. Would you pray with me? Holy Spirit, we are learning how to breathe together again. And so we search for the words to say we care, to say we need care. And we struggle with vulnerability. We lack courage often. But you draw us together with a song as ancient as this planet. And remind us that whether we wander or settle down, we are at home in you. And so we lift up our prayers, silent as they may be, confused as they are, knowing that you hold all things, because in all things. Amen. And so as we sing our next song, the plates, John and Bill are going to take the plates around, right? And your offerings, I just want to tell you a quick story. We had a family that was living in the apartment across the street. A mom and two adorable children that I miss very dearly. And we were out here for the back to school busing that Brandon organized, and in the parking lot. And mom came over, and I've never seen a smile so big. They found a home, a place to live. They found it 2 days before the kids to start school. So they didn't need to start school here and then leave. They got to start school in their new home, in their new place. And that's all because of you. That's all because we take care of this building, whether that's in our physical work or in our financial contributions. Today, this family has a home because of your gifts. So thank you.
Story, will you join them in their bliss? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? Home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the dying Savior, now they dwell within love. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, home away in the sky, Lord, in the sky. And the songs of heaven, which you sang, which is you love God. If they taught you, oh, our songs of earth, your joy. The circle be unbroken, by and by, Lord, by and by.
All right, we're one more. Oh, this one is a great singer, so. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life are gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from these prison walls of thorn, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Oh, how glad and happy when we meet, I'll fly away. No more cruel shackles on my feet, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the moment when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away. Yes, I'll fly away.
Thank you, Old Fashioned Feathers. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Please join me in our sending prayers found on the back of the bulletin. With roots planted
firmly in the soil of life and fierce dedication to thriving, may our dreams for living never be uprooted. We are wildflowers, we are fruit trees, the bloom bearing the image of the holy.
Thank you for joining us. Once again, thank you to Old Fashioned Fathers.